Yo guys, it's CFB, welcome back to a brand new video, welcome back to the channel. Yes, everything today that is going to be talked about in today's match review is positive because guess what? Chelsea get a 4-0 win against Southampton. I'm happy. I'm happy with this result. I'm happy in a way with the way we played. We weren't amazingly convincing. We got the result, we got the 3 points. There were some good, well-worked goals today as well that we should go through as well. And not just that, we talk about the protest that happened before the game and the positive effect I think that could happen, that could help. So anyway, before we do get into it, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so notified every time I load a video. Also, first link in the description is my streaming channel, my second channel. Go and check those out, it'd be very much appreciated. Without further ado, let's jump straight into the juicy game. Well, the juicy game, obviously, like I'm going to mention right here, right now, the protest happened before the game and the fans turned up. The fans turned up. I saw it in full flow, not right in front of my eyes because unfortunately I'm quite far away from Stamford Bridge at the moment. Would love to have been there. I supported it all the way through on Twitter though. I saw it all on Twitter and the fans turned up. Fair play to the fans. Big up to the fans. The ones with the banners out, the boards, the cardboard things saying, you know, Blue Co out and stuff like that. Even the Arsenal one saying, you know, we're not Arsenal, win now, we'll get out, or something like that. It was on the lines like that. Well played to you all, big up to you all. Let's keep it going and let's hope they get the message, change the model and make Chelsea back to that huge machine that it once was of just trophies. Okay, let's bring it back again. Anyway, let's move on to the game now. Chelsea beat Southampton 4-0. Brilliant. That's all I've got to ask for. I said yesterday, I still expect a dominant performance, and I still think it will be a dominant performance. But I still thought we was going to go through a bit of a rocky phase. Now, before we do get into the game, I know I've said that for a second time already. Before we do get into the actual game, we're going to go through the lineup. The lineup was what everybody expected, really, apart from really at right back. Really, I thought Reece James would play. Reece James wasn't playing, but he was on the bench. Sorry, I got hiccups. Also, Wesley Fofana was on the bench, so it's good to see that he's pretty much nearly fully back. That's great to see. Anyway, we're with Jorgensen in goal. Cucurella left back, Gusto right back, Tosin and Colwell as the two centre-backs. Chalobah's out injured. He wasn't even on the bench, so he's out injured. Enzo Caicedo double pivot. Sancho off the left. No, it was Nkunku off the left. Sancho off the right. Palmer in the 10. Nkunku off the left. Neto was the ST. We're using Neto as the ST, as a false 9 instead of Nkunku. For me, I don't think I can get behind it. I just don't like how it works personally. That's just my opinion. Against these type of teams, you can see it working because you expect results in these type of games. Anyway, let's start on the match. Let's finally get to the match. The first half starts, and it's a bit weird because the first half starts, and we're obviously, you can tell we're going to have the most possession. It's the usual. We're going to have the most possession of the ball. You know, Southampton aren't going to have the most possession. Southampton, at the times they're going to have the possession, are going to have to make the use of it, the most of it, sorry. And we got a couple chances in the first 20 minutes before we got the first goal. But Southampton, the very few times they had the ball in those first 20 minutes, they looked way more threatening than us because it would be 1, 2 or 3 passes out of their own half. And that's it. They'd have like a 2 of their strikers on 3 of our defenders. You know what I'm trying to say? On a break or something. It was really quick by Southampton. With us, it was a lot more of a slower build-up, and it was kind of frustrating. I even looked at the game in those first opening 20 minutes and thought, oh my God, okay, we could be in for a bit of a long day if we carry on like this. But luckily, we started to get back into the rhythm of things. We started to keep the possession even more because Southampton's intensity for those first 20 minutes as well, by the way, was really intense. It was really catching us off guard, I think. But luckily, it died down. The legs started to kick in, I think, for Southampton. And we started to weather the storm. And then that's obviously where we broke and got the first goal from Christopher Nkunku. It was from a corner. Somebody flicked it on. I can't remember who flicked it on. Someone flicked it on to back post, onto Nkunku's head, who heads it in. I think he also gets his head on Aaron Ramsdale's head. If you know what head I'm talking about, I'm on about his bollocks. I think he did. And it's fully deserved because Aaron Ramsdale, you're a scum. You're a scum. All for those times you used to mug us off when you was at Arsenal, mate. Hold 4 now, mate. Hold 4 now. Yeah? Bit shameless I'm doing this, but hey, I don't care, okay? Anyway, Nkunku gets the goal. Really good header. You know, he anticipated the header from it. You know what I'm trying to say? He anticipated the flick on. That's what I'm trying to say. Really good from Nkunku. Gets a goal. Also, I thought those first 20 minutes, Nkunku, the few times he actually had the ball at his feet, he looked on it today. He did. He looked on it. And I get it. It might be Southampton. I get it. But he looked a little bit more lively, which it's positive. It's a positive, and hopefully it's a right step in the right direction. Then we move on to Pedro Neto's goal, which literally comes pretty much straight after the first goal we do score. Pedro Neto scores. Funny thing about this, yeah, was, you know, Southampton were playing it out from the back. They were trying to play it out from the back, which they don't usually really do, but they tried to play out from the back. They got caught in midfield by Cucurella. Cucurella passed it straight forward into Nkunku. Nkunku's through on goal-ish, you know what I'm trying to say? He had a couple of defenders near him, but he had the opening space. Picked out a brilliant pass to Pedro Neto, who finds himself on the left-hand side, who smashes it in on the near post on the left-hand side. Really, really well-worked goal from us. That is a really well-worked goal. I really like that goal from us. Really impressed with it. Pedro Neto getting a goal as well. I'm hoping now he's starting to hopefully going to rack up the GA a bit more now. Obviously, I think that's been the main complaint from a lot of our fan bases in he doesn't get enough GA. I personally like him when he doesn't get GA or he gets GA. I just like a good player, and I think he is a good player. Now he's starting to rack that up. He should have got one against Villa. He got an assist though against Villa, but now he's got a goal. So it's good. And then obviously shortly after that, we go and get a third goal. And it's a third goal from a really, really well-worked set piece. It's a set piece from Pedro Neto, by the way. So Nkunku scored the first goal and set up the second goal. So that's a goal and assist for Nkunku. It's and Neto scored the second goal and assisted the third goal. It's a really deep line free kick set piece from quite a lot outside the box from the left-hand side. It's whipped in with a lot of whip on it, by the way. A lot of whip. And Levi Colwill is there to head it in. Bullet header, top right-hand corner. Really, really well-worked free kick set piece from us. It's the first good set piece goal I've seen from us in a long, long time. Fair play. And it's from Levi Colwill, a player that I usually do criticise a lot, that usually isn't as good with his head as he should be, you know what I'm trying to say? But he got the goal today. No complaints from me. And brilliant. And then we end off the first half like that. Obviously, after we got the first goal, we were just far in control then. We was in control seat. Numero uno, you know what I'm saying? We Southampton didn't look like they were going to get back into the game at all. So as soon as we got that first goal, we looked like we was in cruise control. And the second half was just more of that, really, except from with more tired legs on Southampton's behalf and more tired legs on our behalf. Like I said, it was literally just the exact same replica as when we got the first goal. We're in control of the game. We're dominating with the ball. And we obviously get the fourth goal as well to make it 4-0 from Cucurella. Really, really good goal. It's from an assist from Tyreek George. Tyreek George got an assist, which I'm really happy for him. He's on the right-hand side. He cuts it back into the box to Cucurella, which you wouldn't expect a left-back to be there. But guess what? He was inverting into midfield today. So he was there. He was there. It's a really good finish, put into the bottom right-hand corner, really calmly taken. He found the space really, really well. Fair play to Cucurella, gets a goal, and Tyreek George gets an assist. So fair play to the kid, and fair play to Cucurella as well. So, like I said, not really much to talk about in the second half, apart from the fact that I just think we was a bit more dominant. I think the game was killed off then. We started to lay off and let Southampton have a bit more of the ball after around the 80th minute, but we knew the game was shut by then, so I'm not really going to complain about that. But overall, about the whole game, I think the way we played, it was... I'm not going to come on here and say, oh, we played shocking, but we got the results. No, I don't think that. I think the way we played today was average. If I had to rate the way we played out of 10 today, I would say it was probably a 6 or 6.5. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it wasn't amazing, but, you know, we took control of the game. We didn't panic at any stage. we were, and the times we did attack, there was decent types of plays, like we did for the second goal. It was really good. And the third goal, great set piece. You know what I'm trying to say? When have we ever been good at set pieces this season? I don't care if it's bottom of the league. We've never been good at set pieces. And we got set piece really well with a set piece goal today. So there's positives. There's definitely positives to take from it. So yeah, that's my opinions on the game. We're going to get into the player ratings now. So the player ratings, Jorgensen in goal. Jorgensen, I thought, did a decent job. He made a really good save in the first half from a header that Southampton got. Southampton were really dangerous in the few times that they did cross the ball and get it to their striker for a header. They were really dangerous on those, I think, 2 times that they did do it. But it was very few times. Jorgensen made a really good save for one of them. So I'm going to give... His distribution was a little slow, especially in the first half. So slow. He went to the right players, but it was slow. He took ages to make his mind up. So I'd give him a 5.5 for that. It would be a 6, but I'm going to give him a 5.5 because of the slow distribution. Cucurella, he actually inverted into midfield today, and guess what? We had more control of the game in better fashion. That's just my opinion. He got a goal as well. Was the pre-assist for our second goal, you know what I mean? Finding Nkunku after putting intense pressure on one of Southampton's players. So I would say Cucurella was a 6.5. I'd say 6.5 for Cucurella. Colwill, I would say had a decent game. I wouldn't say he was. I'm not going to come on and say, oh, because he got a goal, he had a great game. You know what I mean? No, I don't think that. I think there was times where he should be beating, his man up for a header, and he doesn't. He gets beat for the header all the time. That's frustrating. That always happens with Colwill, but he scored a header today, and you know what? After the header, he looked a little bit more better. So I'm willing to give him a 6. I'm willing to give him a 6. Same with Tosin. I'm gonna give Tosin a 5.5. I think he was decent. He wasn't he didn't do anything amazing, but he was decent. Then I'm gonna give Malo Gusto. Malo Gusto started to come into his own in the second half. Looked more like the old Malo Gusto from old in the second half. You know what I'm trying to say? Apart from that, the first half, it was just classic Malo Gusto from this season. Below average, in my opinion. But I'm willing to give him a 5, I've got to be honest. Caicedo, Enzo. Caicedo just does what he usually does. Sweeps across the pitch. Gets booked for a perfectly fine challenge that he puts in. I don't understand what's this referee obsession. He wins the tackle. He wins the ball. He clearly sees he's got his foot on the ball. And you're giving him a yellow card. It doesn't make any sense. It's really harsh on the guy. Apart from that, does his usual job. I'm going to give him a 6. Enzo, he was operating in that role that he operated in against Villa, which I said, even though we lost that game and everybody else apart from Enzo and Neto was poor, that role Enzo Fernandez played in was very, very brilliant. I said it today, if he's playing in that role, we're going to be really, really good and we should take the game. He played in that role today and we did. It's weird with him in that role because it's like he's there defensively. If we really need him, he's there defensively. If not, he's operating in the middle majority of the time. But like I said, if we need him defensively, he is. But he's operating in the middle majority of the time, dictating the play. But he's popping up in great positions going forward when we need him. You know what I'm trying to say? He's popping up a lot in great positions. Finding space really, really well. It's like a newborn Enzo Fernandez in terms of, finding the attacking areas. You know what I'm saying? So for that, I'm willing to give Enzo Fernandez, again, a 6.5. I think he was relatively quite solid. Sancho was meh. Meh is the best way to describe him. I can't really think of anything memorable from him. Can't think of anything disastrous from him either. So I'm willing to give Sancho a... I gotta be honest, I think he was probably the worst player on the pitch. So about 4.5. I'm expecting... Sancho's got to up his game a little bit. I've got to be honest. Palmer in the 10. Didn't get a GA today. In the first half was a little bit quiet. In the second half started to come alive a little bit. Maybe should have got a goal. There was 2 chances Enzo Fernandez created that were really, really good picked out passes from Enzo Fernandez into Cole Palmer. And Cole Palmer missed both of the chances. In 2 chances, you expect Cole Palmer to put away as well, but he missed both of them. Apart from that, though, it's weird because he's clearly not on form. It's probably the worst form we've seen him in. But even then, I don't think he's been bad. His chance creation is still there. He's still creating chances for us. It doesn't help, sometimes where he does have the ball, he needs help, and players aren't offering that help because they expect him to do what he was doing last season, except from this time he's got 3 or 4 players on him instead of 1. So I've got to be honest, I'll give him a 5. I don't think he was particularly that great today. It feels weird that I'm giving Palmer a 5. Nkunku, I just remembered Nkunku was playing off the left and Sancho was off the right. Nkunku, way better, looked more on it today. Also, after the game, I saw something. Apparently, Levi Colwill came out and said Christopher Nkunku does care about Chelsea. Apparently. If that's true, I want to see it more often. More like this game. Finding the spaces, being on your toes a little bit more. You know what I mean? Instead of your heels, being on your toes. Being eager to the ball, getting shots off, taking shots. Don't be scared of a shot. You know what I'm trying to say? It's Christopher Nkunku. This guy's not scared of shots. He was taking shots today. You know what I mean? Even if it was outside the box, he was taking shots. It was just more like the Christopher Nkunku I want to see today. That I saw today. So, and he also got a goal and an assist. I'm going to give him a. If it wasn't for the goal, I'd give him a 6. If it wasn't for the assist and the goal, I'd probably give him a 6 as well, to be fair, but I'm willing to give him a 7 because he did get a goal and assist and he did look a little bit more better. And then Neto as the ST. Neto I thought was really, really good as well. Obviously Neto's got the intensity, he always has the intensity. Got a goal and an assist as well, so I'm willing to give him a 7. If I had to give my man of the match to anybody, I'm willing to give it to Neto because he's playing as a false 9. He's never played false 9 in his life, and he did a solid job today. But again, you kind of expect our players to blossom and do well against a team like Southampton. No offence to Southampton. So anyway, happy for Pedro Neto to get another goal on his score sheet. You know what I'm saying, on the score sheet. Then substitutes. Let's talk about substitutes. Obviously, let me just go through the substitutes because we bring on some new players. So I can't lie, I don't know some of the players. Some of the players I am not too sure. We got to see a little bit of Emogu. I only saw 1 touch from him, I swear. I can only remember 1 touch, and that was an over-heavy touch. You know what I'm trying to say, from Emogu. But it was nice to see him. I'm not gonna rate him though. So Emogu, nice to see you, I guess. Then Achiampong also played. We got to see a bit of Achiampong, but I'm not going to rate him because he came on too late. Tyreek George, we got to see a bit of, and he looked eager. Every time he was getting on the ball, he looked like he was going to make something happen. His first touch of the game was a shot. Just went over the bar. Should have took a touch and then take a shot. Maybe then he could have got a goal. But he got a really, really well picked out pass for the assist for Cucurella's goal. So Tyreek George, positive impact again for the second game running. I would say he was a 6. And then obviously Dewsbury Hall came off the bench as well. I'm not going to rate him because he came on too late. I don't think he didn't have much touches of the ball really. So I'm not going to rate him. There was also another youngster we brought on that literally as soon as he came off the bench and came onto the pitch, as soon as we whipped in across, he got the first header on it. Literally, the split second he came on the pitch, I thought he's going to score a goal here. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't. But I don't know what his name is. I've never heard of him before. No offense to the guy, but had a positive impact in a way. Fair enough. Came on instead of Enzo Fernandez. Apart from that, that's about it, guys. Apart from that, obviously, like I said, there's a lot of things that happened that was really, really good. I thought Enzo Maresca's man management was a little bit better today. Don't get me wrong. The intensity and the way we were playing dropped off a little bit more in the second half than it did in the first half after the first 20 minutes. But I think that's because we knew the game was shut down by then. Southampton weren't going to bring it back at the Bridge while we're 3-0 up in the second half. They just weren't. And that's why we brought on a load of youngsters towards the end of the game to have a little run around, because we knew we shut this game down in the first half, which is a positive thing. The positive thing to take away from this today is not just the protests, but, we've seen it over the last couple of games, no matter what the opponent is. As soon as we get the first goal, in like the first 15, 20 minutes of a game, we usually shut off, whether that's, you know, we go ahead and win the game, even though the last couple of games it hasn't been that, but, you know, we usually shut off, the performance goes, and like I said, the last couple of games, we've been losing those games and conceding them. This game today, as soon as we got the first goal, we were eager. We got the second goal, even better well-worked goal than the second goal. We got the third goal, which was even better worked goal, still well-worked goal. The matter of the fact is, we didn't shut off. We kept at it. We kept being relentless. We need to see that more in other games against bigger teams. I want to see that in the next game against Leicester after the international break. I want to see the exact same thing. Don't shut off after the first goal. Go and get the second. Go and get me the third. Shut the game off in the first half, and then you can relax in the second half. That is what I want to see a bit more. So apart from that, the game was decent. I'll say the game was decent. 3 points. That's all that matters. Now go and get me the 3 points against Leicester. And then happy days. Happy days. Anyway, let me know in the comments down below what you all thought about the game. Please like, subscribe, everybody. Take care. Let me know what you think about the protest that happened as well, because a lot of fans turned up for that, like a lot. Over 200, 300, I think it was from what I saw. So anyway, take care. Up the chouse. Get in there. And I'll see you on the next one.